Friends, how are you doing? I hope everyone is well. Let's get right into the conversation here. So obviously, the news of what we know right now this week in the market, it's a little bit of a weird week in the market, obviously, because Trump and Elon had a bad week. They're not talking. No more friendship there at this point. And even if there is, it's going to be it's a messy situation at this point. The market reacted to that on Thursday. Then Friday, the market bounced back. I mean, you want to talk about some amazing swing trading right there within 24 hours. That was your moment right there. Talking about, I look at Palantir, and I look at Tesla, and I look at this as still both these companies bring so much to the table with innovation, with the futures of what they bring, and just the fact that they're probably still in this position the next 5 to 10 years to make people insane amounts of money. I mean, insane amount of money, just crazy. So let's talk about Tesla real fast, and then I want to talk about Palantir. But I still think that both these and I still actively buy these stocks. I have them at different stages, but these are stocks I still think if you're day trading, weekly trading, holding a large position of them for the future, they're going to do well for you because, it's so easy to, watch the pattern of these stocks right now. That they're not going to get you, more than likely at this point from what we can see, they're not going to get you just stuck. So let's talk about Tesla here first. So if you're wondering why I have Cathie Woods, and Cathie Woods is going to be in this conversation a little bit, and everyone has their own opinion about Cathie, ARK, all that kind of stuff. But, I like Cathie. I like what she has to say. She's had some hit and miss things here as of late. And Cathie obviously is very into her holdings, is very into technology. ARK really, like their bread and butter of what they really push into and talk about, especially Cathie, is the future of software, AI, all that kind of stuff. So you have Tesla here, and Cathie, gave her an interview as of late, and she's talked about this more than once, but she talks about Tesla is essentially the best opportunity for anyone to get into, even right now at this stage and at these prices, even with what's going on here. Like this whole Trump Elon situation, this is water underneath the bridge, this is dust in the wind to the comparison of what is coming here with Tesla. And that's what you have to realize, what is about to happen here with Tesla, and no one can stop it, okay? Because I mean, even if Trump gives Elon a hard time here with some of these bills, what they're threatening each other with at this point, regardless, the future, Tesla will still be here. Trump will not be here. And that's what you have to realize here. So you could be in a moment where you can just buy Tesla on the cheap at this point if things were to downtrot a little bit here. It could be a pure opportunity for you. So, Cathie has said more than once that she believes Tesla is going to be, almost a $3,000 stock here in a very short time here. She said this multiple times. And she says that because of what is coming here in this trifecta with Tesla, that it's not simply just an EV company anymore. I think a lot of us know that. If you're in Tesla, you know that here. So, you have Tesla, who obviously the bread and butter of what the bare bones of the company is right now is the EVs, okay, the electric cars. But two, now we're talking about robotaxi coming out here. That is unveiling here very soon. That is going to be such a mass world production of revenue coming in. It is unfathomable at this point what that could look like just in 3 years' time, as of course they sort out the kinks and everything, but it is crazy. I mean, no one else is doing this, what they're about to do. I mean, it is new revenue in the stock market. It's new revenue in companies. They're not only making the cars, they sell the cars to you, but then they have this function with robotaxi where they make money off of that. So it's just insanity what is about to unfold here. And we've known about this for years now, but now we're pretty much here. This is happening. Then on top of that, you have the robotics. You have the literally the robots of Tesla that are going to be mass production here within 2 to 3 years. Shorter than that, I mean, they're already doing it. They've already got orders going out here, but these are going to keep going. They're going to keep going. They're going to keep getting better, and they're going to be doing a lot of things here that people are going to be shocked by. So you're talking about Tesla right now, who is already bringing in significant revenue The range right now from Tesla revenue on a quarterly is from 20 billion to almost 30 million. Well, undoubtedly within 2 years, what could that look like with Tesla? Are we talking about 50 billion, 60 billion, 70 billion? When you add up the car market with them, you add up these robotics, you add up the robotaxi, just what we know in that little bit right there, not to mention what's going to be, in the detail with the broad plan here, and then whatever else they unveil here. So I would be very careful looking the other way from Tesla right now, because it's offering so much more what's going into the future here. They undoubtedly could be in control of so much in the future. It's unbelievable. And not to mention that they are pushing into AI undoubtedly so much right now. So at the end of the day, just like Kathy says, it is an AI company, and you have to look at it like that. Even the EVs, they are futuristic. They were doing them before anybody else was doing them. There was, not even 10 years ago when you were putting money into Tesla. Obviously not even that long, but people thought you were crazy. They were like, this is never going to work. And now look, we're talking about a company here that is going to be bringing in potentially one of the, best earning companies here in the next decade. So friends, listen, I'm not trying to put a sales pitch on you right here, but what I am saying is that with Tesla having this little moment of sell-off, in anything under $500 right now with Tesla is probably going to be a steal for you in the next 6 months to a year with what Tesla is going to be unveiling here. When they get this robo-taxi situation going, and it even shows slightest bit of, hey, this is actually working, hey, this is going good, it's going to be huge. And then on top of that, when the robots start happening here, when we start to see revenue increase just from that sector, it's going to be huge. So looking at the chart with Tesla, I would be very careful to say that I think in the next 5 years, anything's possible that Tesla could reach $3,000. Okay, and obviously too, Tesla just in the past few years here, well, more than a few, but handful of years here, has had back-to-back stock splits, and I think we'll be due for one here sooner than we think here, going into the future. So it's going to be out of control. I think we are about to see something that we have never seen in the company, but in the stock market too, with the progression of how fast revenue is going to come here with Tesla. And then, you look at Palantir here. So, switching the conversation to Palantir, such a youthful, such a young company, just growing so fast here. And now, you have, obviously, we have Elon Musk, we have Trump there, the relationship has been torn there, but now you have Alex Karp and you have Trump. And Trump has even talked about, we know that him and Alex have relationship, friendship. It's strictly business relationship. Palantir is in this pocket of, they've already got government contracts. Trump came out last week and said, hey, we're going to use Palantir even more. They're going to, their software that they have, we are going to use it for the government. And we don't even know what the price tag is on that deal at this point. So, we could hear something within the next month, 2 months of a ginormous contract coming out with Palantir here. So I think the road to 150 is not that ridiculous when we talk about Palantir. And me saying 150 is not that big of a deal because there's plenty of people out here saying that Palantir is going to $500 to $700. I don't dare disagree with it. I do go, well, obviously there will have to be more hype, there will have to be more inflation. Quarterlies will have to continue to grow and get bigger than what they are, obviously. Palantir is still in this very youthful stage where it hasn't even brought in $1 billion quarterly wise in revenue. So undoubtedly it's changing. We're getting closer here. In the next quarterly that will come out here, the second quarterly will be in August. So we're about less than 60 days out, and Palantir will have Q2 here, and we'll see if maybe there'll be a $900 million range here, and that's very close to $1 billion. So undoubtedly, if anything, by Q4 of 2025, which will come out in 2026, Palantir, obviously it could be they could hit $1 billion quarterly. Palantir too is not only in this pocket of the government contracts, but it's also in this up on this hill right now. And it's obvious that it's happening where everyone is looking at it. Investors are looking at it. Other companies are looking at it. Other countries are looking at it. I mean, the NATO deal that just wrapped up. Other software companies are looking at it. It's getting all eyes on it right now, and everyone is wanting a piece of the pie. These analyst firms are looking at it. Big money, little money, middle money. People like Kathy Woods is very heavily into Palantir's ARK investment. They hold a ton of Palantir. Now, obviously, I'm going to address because somebody's going to bring it up if I don't. They did sell Kathy, ARK. They did sell some shares of Palantir not too long ago, but they've still got plenty, and obviously I'm sure they took that money and put it somewhere else. This is normal behavior that ARK investment does. They sell positions and they take that money. They buy more than what they need, obviously, because they know what's going to happen to the stock, and they take that money and they place it into a new investment. So when people go like, well, Kathy Woods, ARK investment just sold X amount of shares of this stock, it's okay. It's an investment firm. That's what they do. They take profit. You as an investor, if you have so much of something, you're going to go, I'm going to take a little bit of that money, I'm going to put it somewhere else. As you continue to grow your investments and watch them mature and get bigger, that's usually what people do. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you want to spend this stuff before you die. So, that's what you do. Now, obviously, I really do think that these are pretty much foot on the gas pedal. We're in 8th gear here, and both these companies are going to go into the future of just, big revenue. I still think they're going to make people incredibly rich into the future. I think they're going to really do some amazing things into the future. And I will say too, we know Elon and we know Alex have a friendship. They hang out, they talk. We know that they know each other. There's plenty of pictures, moments we can catch them together talking. And there is a deal being worked out with Elon and Alex and one or two other AI companies. So there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and it's going to be those moments when, the news is released and, it's the stock runs to a new position here. I'm not shocked to see Tesla go from a 250 to a 450 range here within a matter of a 45-day period. That's been going on for years now. I'm not shocked to see Palantir move in these positions of, 115 to 130. That's been going on with that kind of structure and simulation with Palantir. We've seen this. We've been here. It's the same old story. But what that says and what that proves with these stocks is that they're very healthy. They're very controlled stocks with investors. These are companies that are in this moment of still extreme growth. Tesla in general has already been doing well, but they are about it. This is almost, to me, look back on Nvidia like, and obviously Nvidia's in this new stream of wealth right now where they're just making unbelievable money. But, even 3 years ago, Nvidia was in this pocket of making $10 billion quarterlies, and people were like, oh my God, they'll never, how could they ever make more money in this? They're never, this is it. This is the best we're going to do here with Nvidia. Sell your shares, get out of here. It's just not going to get any better. Well, last year, 2024 was the biggest year Nvidia's ever had with a stock split. Not to mention it's just continuing here into 2025 with even bigger quarterlies. So this is why Nvidia looks like it's going to go into a $50 billion quarterly range here sooner than we think here in this year. So, why I say that is because I somewhat look at Tesla like that right now. I look at Tesla, it's already been making money, it's already been doing great, and people go like, well, how is this company going to make more money? Well, we're in this pocket right now, like I said, where Tesla has no problem making money at $20 to $30 billion within 2 to 3 years time, with all this new revenue stream coming out, well, there's potential for Tesla to start going, okay, well, our new revenue stream is anywhere from 50 million to 70 million. This is kind of where we're at right now with robotaxi, the robots, EVs, everything else attached that Tesla sells, because there's plenty more things that they do sell and they offer people that they make money off of. But, there's three big things that really strike in revenue. So, friends, just think about this in a broad aspect. Really think about what the future holds here with these two companies. Palantir is still very much in such this child stage to where it's going to grow up and mature into something amazing. We still have not even had a $1 billion quarterly. We have not had a stock split. We're still in this growing place right now with Palantir where we are capturing more deals every month. I mean, there is just every month it's like a chunk of news deals coming out here. And both these companies too, one thing that I like when I'm an me as an investor, one thing I do like with my companies that I put my hard-earned work money into, they have CEOs that have big mouths and they talk a lot. I love that. I love CEOs that talk about their company, talk about the future. I'm telling you, as simple as that may sound, it really is. I believe that is a huge thing with a lot of companies. I see it all the time where you have companies that are doing well. They're making money, they're making revenue, but people just don't know about them because their CEO doesn't talk. They don't give interviews. They don't pump this company. And that's a very and it hurts the stock. Because when you're buying Palantir and when you're buying Tesla, you're also buying some hype. You're buying some, the feeding frenzy of what's going on and, all the FOMO attached to it. So friends, listen, I'm excited. I am very looking to what is coming here in the next 2 years with these stocks. I think we are going to be shocked. I think they're going to make a lot of people a lot of money. I'm still buying these stocks. I am still buying them. As crazy as I'm buying them at these levels now. I bought them in older levels and levels before that. I'm still buying them because I think they're about to go into this whole new stream of revenue that we can't even fathom. Friends, take care of yourself. Bye, everyone.